Welcome back to One Blue Ghost channel. Today we are looking at a problem with the Ford Focus RS. It's the Mark 3 RS. This car's been in this household for a few years now, and it's been pretty decent, and then all of a sudden, approximately 6-7 months ago, out of nowhere, it just decided that it kind of wanted to start being a bit lumpy and a bit rough, and we didn't know why. Now the thing was you've knocked it off. I had a look around the car, couldn't see anything wrong with it. Started up again, it was absolutely fine again, didn't do it. And I was like, what's going on there? Not really sure. It was probably maybe 2-3 months later, it did the same thing again. And then again, a couple of months after that, it did the same thing again. There's no warning lights, no ECU lights, no dash lights, nothing at all. It just all of a sudden starts being a bit lumpy, doesn't sound right, and as soon as you knock it off, give it a couple of minutes, start it up again, it's absolutely fine again. So we did a lot of research and we couldn't really find masses of information on any problems like this. But one thing that we did find, which was from an American forum, I think in the end, was that it could be the EVAP Purge valve, which at the time when you think about it, from what I gather, the two times I was in the car when it did it, the fuel tank was full at the time, which maybe would have caused this. I don't know. Maybe it's putting pressure back into the fuel tank and it's causing it not to get the correct fuel pressure, something like that. That's kind of the thought that I had when it was happening, was it was something to do with the fueling. But anyway, so today we're going to change the EVAP purge pipe and valve, because it all comes in one piece handily. Yeah, so let's have a look at that then. Right, this is a genuine Ford part. I don't know if you can get aftermarket parts. You might be able to, I don't know. But this is your valve here. Now, as you can see here, this is all like swaged ends onto the valve. So this is why it comes as one piece, with all your pipes and everything, and the clips for it to locate, and a mounting bracket and everything. We now need to go and find this in the engine bay. I don't imagine it's going to be too difficult to find looking at it, because yeah, it should be pretty basic to find and pretty easy to find. So it's got one plug on it and each end, so this will probably normally connects to the inlet manifold, and that will be a return to like the fuel tank normally. So we need to go and find that in the engine bay, and then we will remove the original one obviously and replace it with this. It's a shame in a way you can't just replace the valve, because I'm guessing that is what the fault is. I'm guessing, this is my guesses, we're not entirely sure, but we're thinking that basically the valve's failing and it's allowing the pressure from the inlet manifold to come back up into the fuel tank, so it's pressurising the fuel tank. That's what I think's happening, which to be honest with you doesn't sound very safe anyway. So this is what we're going to change, all in one piece, and now we need to find it. So we are going to need little tools, so we're probably going to need a little screwdriver to pull these clips off the old ones. If we break the old clips, it's not really a problem, because it doesn't really matter, because we're removing it. But yeah, these are just like a push fit, so you push the pipe on, clip that down, and that'll secure that. Same both ends, and yeah, one plug to remove, possibly a bracket, and I'm not entirely sure what they clip into, but we will find out. So let's go and have a look at the engine bay. Right, so looking at it, you can actually see the pipe. It's curving up that way there, so the little white connector is right down there. So we need to get this off first, which should just be a pull off, and it is. Not just on little pegs. Yeah, there's your little pegs there. So you just pull that off, and that's that. Leave your engine cover on the floor, and don't stand on it, so we'll put it there. Right, okay, so looking at this already, we can already spot exactly where we need to be. This is your purge pipe, it comes out of there, and it follows around up over your inlet manifold. Those are your little clips that I weren't sure what they do. They'll probably just pull off there. Yeah, I'll get them off with a little screwdriver. It's got a little clip on there, which joins it onto that pipe. And down there, this is the wire for it. You can see there's the solenoid is down and underneath there, so I might need to remove just this piece of the intake pipe to get to that a bit easier. And then the pipe should continue. Yes, it does. And that's the clip, if you can see down there. The little white, that'll do, the little white plastic clip there, that is the end of it. So that's actually really straightforward and dead easy. So that's awesome. So I think what I'll do is, to make my own life easier, I'm just going to remove this section of pipe there. Right, so ignore noisy golf hours. Right, okay, so the original valve that's here, we'll unplug this now. So this is the wires that have come off it, not broken are they? I'll have to look at that when I take that off. I'm not too sure on that, but yeah. Does that look alright? Yeah. Right, so the original valve here is attached to a bracket on the block or the engine there, but you don't need to remove the bracket, even though it does come with a new one. It's dead straightforward. It's just on a rubber little mount, so you can just pull the original one off the rubber mount and it'll slide off it, and you won't have to remove the bracket. It just saves you doing something. It will do if I get a screwdriver behind it anyway. But okay, so first off, we should ideally trace everything that we need to remove first and then get everything removed. So first clip off is this one here. That's that off, and then we need to get these off, which just clip like that. Little screwdriver under it, little pop off. Don't worry about damaging these clips because of course you get new ones on your new part, so it's not really a problem. And then another one on there, like that. And then this clip down here should just come off. Of course it's in a really awkward place to get to, so great, well played Ford. Oops, and there goes that clip, but again, doesn't matter because we've got a new one. So the pipe that was at the back there, if you can see down there now, it's removed. This was incredibly difficult for me anyway, because this is sitting on this way and this pipe here moves around because obviously it's not in its bracket, but the minute you try and pull on it, it comes out of its bracket. So anyway, we've managed to get it. Like I say, you get new clips with it, so don't hesitate if you have to break them. It's not really relevant, so break the clips, easier. And this is your piece of pipe. So like I said originally, we are removing this from the bracket that was already there, and we're going to replace the whole piece, including this bit of rubber, because you get a new bit of rubber onto the old bracket, just to make it easier, because, well, it saves taking a bolt off that we don't need to. So old pipe, old valve, we'll keep this as a spare, because you know. And now we need to start refitting. So it's almost self-explanatory because you've just removed it as to where it all goes. So we might as well start by feeding this and the valve through there. Put that on. So that's now locked in, and then we'll get that rubber bracket over there. So now that's locked in. Now we'll put the plug back on. Clip back in, and then of course this goes into this little clip here, so I can put that into there. And then this just clipped onto these bits there, and then there was another one on that one there, and then one somewhere down here, there I think, and then we'll put this on first though. We'll worry about the clips afterwards. So same as again, you can actually just, if you hear it, I don't know if you better hear it because of the noise of the traffic, but when you put the clip pipe onto the piece down there, if you can see down there, when you put it on, you push it on, it'll click. And then all you have to do with that is there's a little plastic locking sort of tab. You just want to clip that in afterwards. So there you go, that's clicked in. And that's now locked in. That's you fitted. So okay, so last things to do, these little clips, one there, and then one there, and then one there. New pipe fitted. So the last thing we have left to do, obviously, is to replace this bit of pipe and then put the engine cover back on. But we won't put the engine cover back on for now. We'll leave it off just to make sure that everything's okay, and we'll go and take it for a quick little drive, see if it sounds any better, feels any better, runs any better, because before it was a bit rough, fuel economy was a bit inefficient, and hopefully we've improved it and fixed a fault. Yeah, let's have a go. Pipe back on. Right, okay, so first initial thoughts are that it does actually sound better. It doesn't sound as lumpy. It does actually sound smoother, and that's, as a passenger who doesn't really sit in this car that often, it always did sound a little bit rough. I mean, not like misfirey rough, it's hard to describe really. It's sort of like popped and farted a lot out the exhaust, and it's kind of not doing that at the minute. It's actually quite quiet. So yeah, we'll give it a bit of throttle and see what it does. What do you think? Do you think it feels better? Yeah, it does actually genuinely sound better, so that's the main thing. But yeah, so not the easiest of fixes, but in all honesty, it wasn't that hard to actually do. It was more awkward getting to the actual plastic clips on the pipe than it was anything else. So once that was done, yeah, dead straightforward to put back together, because you can obviously break your clips.